Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, the 13th of December, 2025. I hope you're doing well. What's been going on? What? Really? Well, that happens. Just gotta live with it. Anyway, so let's see what's happened this week. Uh, let's get that little bit of show and tell over with again. This is a Bachmann HO style Santa Fe engine from a train set. And I don't have a train set. I don't think I've ever had a train set, really. But I really wanted this. I guess because I'm a big ass old kid, but I've always loved trains. I used to love I had to go to Mamaroneck a lot. I had to go to New York City a lot. And I always loved going on the trains. Found it very relaxing. A lot of people don't, but I did. Oh, I would either bring a little MP3 player, or before that, a portable CD player, before that, a portable cassette player, and earphones or headphones or earphones again. And I'd listen to music, and maybe I'd have a crossword puzzle book or something like that, or not, or a book or magazine, or I would just look out the window or just close my eyes. Um, I only ever had to do work on a train a few times where I was marking up the color on a story because I was going into Marvel on the train or wherever, and there you go. But always liked trains. That rhythmic motion as you're driving, uh, beautiful. I miss trains. That's something I truly miss. Been years, something like that. That must be near a decade. No trains. That's okay. There's other great stuff in life. But I love trains, and I was thinking, they popped into my head, and I looked on Amazon, and just a little sucker like this was really expensive. So I thought, I wonder if I could find one like beaten up on eBay. And this one with shipping was, I think, $12.07 with shipping. And I said, yeah, it's worth $12 to me. So it's not a Lionel, it's not a whatever, but it is this beautiful silver and red Santa Fe. Look at that nice detailing and everything. And I know a lot of you are going, oh, John, that's fascinating. That's okay. So, and then sorry if this is all scattershot, but also I'm finishing up. I just got 8 pages left. I'll finish up tonight of Dilexete Te, which means I have loved you, on love for the poor, an apostolic exhortation from Pope Leo the 14th. This is an amazing read. It's only 74 pages long, I think, and yeah, 74. Um, I could see some people getting very upset by this, and that's very sad because it's all about the necessity, not just in the church but in society, to show love for the poor and understand that such an important thing. So anyway, I'm just finishing that up. It's beautiful. I got an early Christmas present from my friend Lori, which is a 365-day thing on reading about a different saint each day in chronological order. So that's cool. I also got a beautiful early Christmas gift from my friend Larry, who sent me a lovely gift certificate for ShopRite. Thank you, Larry. And who knows what the future holds. Um, I've been working on my Derek Schulman interview, and that's coming along. I had to re record it online off the tape because it didn't record properly when it was being read and automatically transcribed. This time was the charm, fixed it all up, and I am working my way through it slowly. I can't rush it because it takes as long as it takes. So I was hoping to have it already done this week. I'm sure it will be done by the end of next week because that's my goal for this. Is let me not worry myself too much because that does no good, and let me see if I might have it up before Christmas, and that's the goal, and I think I'll more than meet it. So I did that. I did the BIS interview came out. The interview with Dayton Ward came out. He put me in touch with what will be my next Star Trek related interview, which is a wonderful author named Una McCormick over in the UK. And she said that she's happy to do it, but it'll have to be after the new year, which is fine. And so she's a big Trek writer, as well as she's written tons of books on Doctor Who as well. I don't know that I'll get into that because I have no real expertise on Doctor Who. Although what I'm thinking is perhaps we'll do this Trek interview, and in the future I'll ask her, "Hey, would you like to do that?" And I'll do some research and we'll get into the Doctor Who series and hopefully, reach that Doctor Who fandom, give them something they would enjoy. I've been very pleased. The two Trek interviews I've done this year have really been two of my favorite interviews that I've done in years. They're just so joyous to do, and the two people that did them so far, David Mack and Dayton Ward, really outdid themselves with the work they put into them. It was just lovely. So, what else, John? Well, the countdown to Christmas, I have all the stuff I need pretty much for the meal. Once again, for Christmas, I'm going to do a big pot of sauce, homemade meatballs, nice sausages, and then a regular pasta because Michael's not a huge fan of filled pastas. And I might either make myself some raviolis or make extra pasta and make a baked ziti, which I think might be what I will do this year. So I still need to get like the ragout and the mozzarella and stuff for that. But that's easy. Um, have I done more work than that? Oh, there you go. Let's talk about this. So I saw the second Spinal Tap movie that came out earlier this year. I think it's called Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. And it was just sad. The first one had such life and it was a lot of fun and it was really skewering the music business. And it was a great parody. Whereas this was sort of a parody of the parody. And no one involved in it seemed to have any enthusiasm. I'm sorry, I don't know why it was tough to pronounce. Part of getting old. Um, they all just seemed kind of lifeless. The gags were, first off, half of the gags depended on you having watched the first one, and it even had little snippets of the first one. But I wanted it to be better than it was. It was very limp. If this was the first one, there never would have been a second one. I think it's telling that when you see it, my brother lent me the Blu-ray of it. It's significant nowadays when you get a film on Blu-ray and there's zero extras. There's not an extra audio. There's no deleted scenes. No nothing, nothing, nothing. And it's not even an hour and a half long. It's like, all right, we have technically put this out, and I would not recommend you ever seeing it. If you're a Spinal Tap fan, no. And if you're a fan of all the Christopher Guest movies, like Best in Show or Wonderful Waiting for Guffman. No, this doesn't have any of that kind of magic. It has no magic. In terms of Spinal Tap, it's sort of like looking at an autopsy, and we all know how much fun that is. Um, so as far as watching stuff, by the way, if I haven't said this, let me really trumpet the cause for the show Boston Blue, which CBS has on. I've enjoyed the show. I'm 8 episodes in now, and I started watching it because of Sonequa Martin Green, who I loved as Michael Burnham in Star Trek Discovery. She's such a bright light to see, and she's equally devoted and great in her role here, working with forget if he's a Donnie or a Danny, working with the Wahlberg that used to be in um, why have I gone up on its title? Blue Bloods, where he was one of the sons of Tom Selleck, and they were all cops. I guess it's Donnie Wahlberg, isn't it? He's great. The show is great. Ernie Hudson's great. Yes, I have mentioned this before. So anyway, it's worth your time. It just is. So sort of like, a show I can take in spots is the show Elspeth. I love everyone in it. It gets a little grating sometimes because she's sort of like, imagine an annoying Columbo, a more annoying Columbo. But Carrie Preston has such an energy to her that makes that very watchable. Um, the thing I've been watching a lot of lately has been Emerald Live. I've been watching it on the Fire Stick. I was just watching him make an Italian dessert I had never seen. He called it an Easter pie, but it was like a ricotta pie with chocolate in it. And it looked splendid. It looked just splendid. And the crust, this was unusual because I know it's in some, but the crust even had eggs in it, which is unusual for me for a crust. I don't usually think of eggs in a pie crust. But there they were. And it all looked quite beautiful. And I even did this mousse with strawberry and a little bit of fresh basil whipped into it. Basil sugar he made. Looked really good. So, beyond that, I've heard from a few people, had some nice conversations. I've got my choo-choo train, and I look forward to. Oh, yesterday again with Catholic Boy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to for my non-Catholic friends and my non-religious friends, but this is just what's going on in my week. Yesterday was Our Lady of Guadalupe, beautiful mass. I watched a mass. Wow, talk about unusual place and everything. It was beautiful. I watched the Pope from, I guess, last week do this incredibly long mass in Lebanon. He went to Lebanon for, I believe, 3 days. And I was telling this to a friend of mine, and she said, and he wasn't in danger? And he wasn't in danger. There was no plexiglass, anything, and everyone was loving to him, and he had a crowd like the size of a city. Amazing. But what amazed me was, so my first time hearing a mass in French, that was fascinating. And a lot of it was, I will assume, in Lebanese, as was the singing. And there were some fantastic singers and beautiful, beautiful musicians. It just totally blew me away, the beauty of it. And part of the message was in English, and the message was for everyone to work more on peace and getting along. Sounds like an obvious message. You know, it brings up the phrase, be an adult. There you go. There's the big problem of the world. Be an adult. Don't be some little temperamental child. Be an adult. Be reasonable. We all have to get along. We don't have to beat each other up. We don't have to kill each other. We don't have to ridicule people who are different than us. Going back to the book on the poor, we treat the poor so lousily. Let's conjugate it. And yeah, all of that. So, I mean, and it's not, yes, Christmas puts me in a frame of mind of that, but I'm never not in that frame of mind. It's appalling how so many in this world treat each other. Got to work on it. We got to be adults. That seems to me to be the biggest part of the solution. Stop acting like greedy, whiny little kids and be an adult and look at the world around you and say, part of what I have to do is to try and make it a better place for everyone, not just for whatever I am or what I admire. Doesn't matter what you admire because look at the other side of that. Imagine if everyone you don't like were the people behind making all the decisions about every aspect of your life and saying you don't have a choice in it. Bet you wouldn't like that. So, anyway, choo choo. Woo woo! On aboard! On aboard! Yeah, they're saying all aboard while it's running, but then it is a toy train and it's not real. I think this all happened. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.